Hello everybody, welcome to today's video. I am the goddess Amber, and today I wanted to talk about mental diets. What is a mental diet? Why is it important? Do you need it to manifest? Do you not need it to manifest? What is going on here? So, let's talk about it. Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's the goddess Amber here, and today we are talking about mental diets. What is a mental diet? Why is it important? Do I need it to manifest? I don't know what's going on here. I got you. So the first thing we're going to jump right into is mental diets. What is that? Well, all day long, you guys are thinking, right? All day. You can't stop it, even if you wanted to. And even if you think that you're not thinking, you're thinking. You're just not really conscious of what you're thinking. But all day long, no matter what we are doing, our brains are working. Our minds are running. We are thinking. We are processing information like lights and colors of cars and things that people are saying and things that people are wearing. Our mind is just constantly moving and going, and we can't stop it even if we wanted to. So what you're thinking throughout the day about certain subjects and even things that are just like popping up into your reality at random, it seems, you're thinking about them. These things that are randomly happening to you throughout the day. You form an opinion on something, whether you want to or not. You think about it. Maybe you overthink about it. Maybe you just brush it off and don't even think about it at all. You don't care about it, right? So all day long we're thinking. So if you're going to have a mental diet, you are going to be thinking about what you're thinking about, if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. So I want to compare this kind of like an actual diet. So let's say you want to lose some weight, right? So you say, okay, I'm going to start going to the gym. I'm going to start working out. Maybe I'll start walking a little bit more, whatever. And then you say to yourself, you know what, maybe I should go on a diet as well. And it doesn't have to be drastic. You don't have to be counting your calories and stuff like that. But maybe you just decide, you know what, I'm going to try drinking a little bit more water. I'm going to, instead of chocolate after dinner or ice cream after dinner, I'm going to go for like a little bowl of strawberries or some trail mix or some fruit, you know, something like that. Like I'm just going to be a little more conscious of what it is I'm eating and be a little bit more aware of it so I can, you know, diet and, you know, change my body, change how I want to look, right? So a mental diet is pretty much like the same principle. You're going to kind of be more aware of what it is that you're thinking, how you're feeling about particular situations and people, and you're going to immediately, if you have a thought that is undesirable about a person, a situation, maybe yourself, your relationship with money, your career, anything, right? Anything. You are immediately going to stop the like negative thought or the undesirable thought and switch it to something positive, something that you do want. That is a mental diet. Being on top of your thoughts, thinking about what you're thinking about, essentially, and making an effort to take your thoughts that you may not want to be having about certain situations or people or places or money or events or things and shifting them to what you want them to be. And in doing this, you're going to slowly start to reprogram your brain, or maybe not slowly, maybe you'll do it quickly. I mean, anything could happen, right? Affirm that it happens quickly, and it will. But you will start to shift how you view those things, how you perceive the world around you, how you perceive people, how you perceive your relationships, be it with people, with money, with your career, with your car, with everything and anything, right? So in order for you to do this, you need to start really being aware of what it is you're thinking. Now, there's times where we go on autopilot, right? Let's say if you're driving to work, you may just kind of let your mind wander if you're listening to music or you're not really paying that much full attention to what your brain is going through. It may be a little difficult at the start for you to catch yourself. This is something that I personally experienced when I was going through this and when I was really getting on top of like where I was thinking. You really do have to check in with yourself, right? So throughout the day, check in with yourself about things. You could write things down. You could start scripting. You could just journal throughout like your day. You could do little voice messages to yourself of how you're feeling and just kind of notice, start to take note, right? You don't have to jump into this right away and just go immediately from like 0 of like not watching your thoughts at all to 100 of every single thought has to get filtered through my brain. And what am I thinking? And what am I doing? And what's happening? Blah, blah. No, not right off the bat. That will come with time. It will become more natural. It will become easier for you to notice when you are kind of dripping. It will become easier for you to notice when you are dipping into a thought that you don't really want to have. And it will be then really quick and simple for you to just swap it over to something you want and be like, okay, nope, I addressed it. It's done. No worries about it, right? So something that I like to do is I like to write things down. I've always been a fan of scripting and journaling. So you can use that to your advantage. You could write down how you feel about certain things, and then underneath it, write down what you do want. And then those are your thoughts. If you write down on a piece of paper like, oh, I feel like money is so hard for me to get, I can't ever get money, oh my god, I get so stressed when it comes to money. Okay, look at that and then write underneath it, money is so easy for me to get. I love money. Money flows to me. Money loves me. Like, money wants to be in my life, and money comes to me quickly. I don't have to work for my money. It just shows up. People love giving me money. Money loves being around me and with me and staying with me. And then anytime you start to catch yourself in those thoughts of, oh man, money is hard. If you're buying something, let's say you're paying a bill and you're just like, oh man, money, you just go, oh no, wait. Nope. Money is easy. Money loves me. Money comes to me all the time. And this can apply to anything, like a career, specific people, traffic on the road. Like, it can come to anything, right? And you're going to have to really sit there at first. It depends on your level with everything and what you're trying to do. And just allow yourself to have these new thoughts, okay? So, is a mental diet necessary? I believe it depends on your resistance to whatever it is that you're working on, right? But overall, yes, absolutely. I've had things where I was manifesting something and I realized, like, oh, I'm thinking bad about this. And I just go, no, it's not going to happen that way. It's fine. And because I had no resistance to that particular thing, it worked out. I didn't have to worry about it. But then I've had other things that I really, really wanted, like my car. When I manifested my car, anytime I saw someone in that car, I remember thinking to myself, like, oh, how is that person in that car? Why couldn't I be in that car? Like, I want that car. Like, why can't I do it? Why can't I manifest? No. I actually had to, and I didn't know anything about the law of attraction or the law of assumption back then. Like, I knew nothing about it. I just literally changed my mindset. I went on a mental diet for my car. And anytime I saw that particular car on the road, I said to myself, instead of, what does that person have that I don't? Because I was coming from a lack mentality, I went, someday I'll be in that car. Someday that car is going to be my car. I'm going to buy one of those one day, and it's going to work out. It's going to be fine. And every time I saw that car, and anytime I thought of that car, that was the thought that I had. And I can make a whole video about how I even manifested my car, because that was a whole experience. But for the sake of sticking to the mental diet, that was what I did. I went on a mental diet for myself. And what happened? I wound up manifesting me buying that car. And I've had the car for almost 2 years now, and it's perfect. It runs amazing. And I love it. It's everything I wanted. So that's what you need to do. Is a mental diet absolutely necessary? Again, I feel like it depends on your resistance, because you do want to enforce these thoughts anytime you do think of whatever it is. So going back to the money example, right? Anytime you're buying something, anytime you're paying a bill, if you're just sitting there at work and you're like, oh man, I want to go to this concert, but I don't have the money. No, I always have the money. Money comes to me all the time. I'm going to that concert. It's going to get paid. I'm going to get a ticket somehow, and I'm going to go. And then you leave it there. You always want to leave it on like a positive note if you can. And there's certain things that you're going to be able to do that and then not think about it again for a few days. And then there's other things that may come to your mind every 5 minutes. And when it comes to your mind, do the new mental diet. Put yourself on that diet. Because think about it this way, like going back to that example at the beginning of this video, if you're trying to lose weight, you have to consistently like better your diet a little bit, even if it's just drinking one less cup of soda, you know, something small. It doesn't have to be, like I said, it doesn't have to be gigantic. You don't have to monitor every single thought every single time. It will get easier with time. Absolutely it will. But you wouldn't just jump right away if you're trying to go on an actual diet from eating fast food and chocolate and drinking soda to eating chicken and rice and water every single day. You wouldn't be able to sustain it, right? So you would kind of make baby steps. You would say, okay, I'm going to start to try to drink more water. And then over time, you'll drink water all the time. It'll be what you prefer. You'll want it. You'll crave it. You'll feel your body want it, and you'll start drinking it more and more and more, and it'll start to fulfill you and satisfy you, and you'll be happier drinking the water, right? And then you'll say, okay, well, now I want to work on the food aspect, or I want to calorie count. I want to learn how to count my calories. I want to do my macros, whatever it is. You'll start making steps in that right direction that'll get you towards what you want. It's the same thing with the mental diet. You don't have to go absolutely crazy, but definitely I would say take notes as to where you are. And then you can use those notes as a reference for what you want to make, and make those notes. Again, going back to the money example, money never wants to be with me or whatever. You can write the opposite thing down on a piece of paper, and that will be your new affirmation. You think of that anytime something comes up, and that is how you do a mental diet. I think that I forgot to say that at the beginning. Whoops, I just kind of transitioned from what is a mental diet to how do you do it, and I forgot to even say something. Whoops. So, little recap here. Is a mental diet absolutely necessary? It is definitely helpful, and you need to kind of shift into the state of having what it is you want, right? So if you're manifesting a career, If you're trying to manifest a job, if you're manifesting money, if you're manifesting a specific person, if you're in a relationship and you just want it to get better, if you want to manifest traveling, you need to get into the mindset of already having what it is that you want and it being natural and normal and you not stressing and worrying about it. And you do that through a couple of things. You could do the techniques, you could do visualizing, scripting, SATs, state akin to sleep, stuff like that. You could try, hypnosis, meditation, whatever it is. But the mental diet is very important, right? Because our thoughts become things. Our thoughts create our reality, right? And that's been proven by science and all kinds of stuff. There's all kinds of studies that have been done, like quantum scientists and stuff like that have done all these crazy studies and proven that this is true, right? So I can make a video about that in the future, but if you do some Googling, I'm sure you could find that information if you want to see it. Science has backed this up. Our thoughts become things, right? Have you ever thought of something and then knew it was going to happen, and then it happened? And you're just like, oh, I knew that was going to happen. Even if it was good or bad, you manifested that. You knew it was going to happen. You didn't have resistance towards it. Boom, it happened, right? So our thoughts become things. So if you are in a mental state of the thing that I want is far from me, I can't have it, how do I do this, blah, 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 you're going to manifest more of, I don't have this, it's not with me, how do I do this? So being on a mental diet is going to push you and kind of tip the scales more in your favor. So you will manifest what it is you want. It will become easier over time, but I very strongly recommend writing down where you are right now with whatever it is you want to manifest, and you could do it with the other areas of your life as well. And then it will give you a starting point for you to look at and say, okay, this is how I feel about these things. Let me start working on this other thing. Okay? I hope that video was helpful. And happy manifesting. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.